All right, and we're live yet again. Welcome back. Just going to get Discord open. So today we will be continuing with the inventory app, which if we lock in today, I think I'll be able to finish. Hopefully I can finish it. I don't know. I think I have basically the main thing. I should back up a little bit. Last stream, we made more routes and more views and stuff like this for the stores and the products. I don't actually know exactly how much we got done. I can't remember. But I do remember that the next thing on my list is to just connect to the database. Is to add the ability to create or add inventory to stores. So I'm going to be creating the view and the route to navigate to a store and add products to their inventories. Right? How's it going, Uzair? Welcome in. So that is what I'm going to be doing. And then after that, I don't remember, honestly, what else I have slated. Oh yeah, I need to do 404, I need to do error handling, and then removal from inventory, of course. So yeah, we've got some things to go still, and deletion of stores, right? So that's good. So let's do that now. So let's recall that the inventory schema has the product ID and the store ID, which it together acts as the primary key, right? Because you can't have multiple entries for the same product in the same store because you could just increase their amount, right? That's the other thing I think we should have an ability to do, is to increase and decrease the amounts of product, right? So we should probably be able to do that within the view inventory view, and we can increase and decrease that, right? So that's the other thing we should do. And the next thing is yeah, that's actually it. So that's what we'll do. So we won't worry about that yet, but we're just going to get it so that you can essentially view an inventory of a store, add a product to the inventory, and then it gives you a list of all the products to add. That's a lot to do in this. Yeah, there is a lot. So I'm going to go through it one step at a time. So I think the first thing I should do is create the view, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to create a view called add inventory, or stores add inventory .pug. Okay. And then we just got to set up our boilerplate. Actually, I should do it like this. And then plus store dot name. And then we're going to have a products list, right? But then for each product, we're going to need an add button, right? And then I don't know if that takes us to a secondary view. I need to think about how I'm going to handle that, actually. But there is a lot to do in this. So I'm going to kind of decide this as I go. And then again, the other thing that I could do, actually, this might be a good I don't know if this is a this is very similar code, so I could abstract this out into its own importable view, like subview, but I'm just gonna do it verbose this way, because again, there's gonna be a lot of duplicated code as compared to the all products list, which is right here, right? So these are all the products, right? Okay, so So for each val in products, I'm also going to pull up the pug documentation, just so I have it. We're going to want to do an li.product item. And then in here, we're going to say h3 equals val.name. You're also building some project with JS, like basic. That's cool. What's the project? And what we're going to do is we're going to have a link to add this product, right? And then so I might even actually rename this to add inventory list or something, because this will then redirect us to a form. So let's go to our notes here just real quick. This is going to redirect us to a form that unless I wonder then if we make this a form. I'm just thinking about this. I'm not sure how I'm going to do this. Because we could also add a search feature for this, right? For filtering. Counter and calculator, blackjack game. That's cool. That's awesome. You should definitely, if you feel comfortable, you should share it in the Discord, and I'll take a look when you finish. Okay. So do I just make this one giant form? I might do that. Now the only thing is we need to make this searchable, right? So if this is one giant form, then because we could add multiple products, right? I'm just thinking about how I want to do this because there's two different ways. One is we have so in the view inventory list, and then we add product to inventory. On this route here, we have a list of all the products and then the ability to search for, certain products. And then we almost have like a checkbox next to that. And then we can alter the amount directly there. Or the other option is to take you to a separate form to add one at a time. However, I think that's better UX probably. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to add, I'm going to actually turn this into a form. Okay, so the action is going to post to stores ID, and then actually I need to include this ID. And then / add inventory. Because I think this is where we navigate to. This is the getter for this, right? And then the method's just going to be post. Okay? And then so in here, essentially what we're going to do is we're going to have all the products, right? But then we need the ability to filter this eventually. But we're not going to worry about that right now, okay? So add eventually, actually, I think there was a thing that was added into here. No, never mind. Eventually, actually, what was it to do? Maybe eventually add ability to filter products by search or something. You've been getting into web security for the past couple of weeks. XSS, XXE, SQLi, and your live streams motivated me to start logging in with JavaScript. Well, I appreciate that, ZeroMix. I appreciate that. I try to show up and grind, as much as I can. Obviously, it's difficult to avoid burnout. Like, this is my 6th day live streaming in a row, like in a consistent stream. So I am actually taking tomorrow off, and I do think that's important to not burn out. But yeah, no, consistency is key. but I'm glad to hear. Okay. Each value in products, and then so what we're going to do is we're going to create a almost like a form section or like form product or something. Products, form item, row, I don't know. And then inside of here, we're gonna do a checkbox. So we're gonna do input. I think it's input, right? Or is it not input? Let me remember. I just need to brush this up. Checkbox, HTML. It's input type checkbox. That's what I thought. But then this needs a label, right? Of course. Add product. It's gonna say add product, and then ID, and then this, actually the ID is this. Right? Type checkbox, and then name is going to be the val, actually it's gonna be the val.name. Or ID, actually. It's gonna be the val.id. Yeah, actually just the val.id, because we're gonna basically submit this. We're going to submit this to, and we're going to say add product to inventory. Or just add to inventory, honestly. The other thing we need on the form row is the, val.name. Okay, and I don't know. I might be doing this in a kind of weird way, but I think this is gonna work. And this is probably gonna take. I thought maybe I could finish it this stream, but I don't think so. Like this project, but I don't think it'll get done. Maybe next stream. Okay, type checkbox, and then we need another input for amount. I'm wondering if I make this custom, because these are going to be for a bunch of different things. So actually, you know what I might do is I might make this custom. So I might do val.id add or something like this, right? Now I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to insert values into inputs. We can figure that out. Let's see. Pug ID custom value or modular value. Oh, you can just do it like that. Create a variable inside an ID attribute. Oh, okay. So I can just do this then. I can just do ID. I can't just add ID here. Might even just call this val.id. For that. And then just gonna do this. And then input. I should also probably make a to-do section in here while I'm thinking of it. To-do. Add products to inventory, store inventory. And then we'll say search Something like this. Just so that I can keep track of what I need to do. Okay. It's probably, again, it's not the best method, but who said project management was that good? So we're going to type number, and then min is 0. Actually, I don't know if this works. Does this work? Do I have to do it as a... Yeah. Actually, the min would be 1. Because we don't want to add less than 1. What Mac am I using? I got you. It's just the default minimum spec 14-inch Apple Silicon M4 MacBook Pro. Okay. Because I can't afford anything more than that. You know, it was already expensive. Seems nice, man. Yeah, I appreciate that. It is nice. It's slick. I really do like it for programming and productivity. Okay, so this is fine. Now I'm trying to think about anything else I need here. And then obviously I need to submit, right? So I need a button. Add selected products or something like this, right? And then we need a back. We need back to the store here. Back to store page. Or something like this, right? Something like that. What language is this? This is called Pug. So essentially it is a HTML templating engine. So it's for server-side rendering. It's kind of a little bit not used frequently, but I'm using it for learning specifically Fabs, because I'm learning backend, right? And I don't want to get into learning full stack frameworks yet. So I'm kind of sticking with just pure backend in this sense. Like, I'm not working with any front end libraries necessarily yet. I have done front end in previous streams. I spent about 35 streams learning React, if you go back in my VOD history. But I'm doing front end, then back end, and then I'm going to put them together. That's my plan. But right now the focus is back end. So this is kind of a template for front end, but you know, it's back end specifically. So you can find it here. It's literally just, this is essentially like HTML, really. Okay, so now we have the view, right? So what else do we need? So we need the view. Do we need any queries that we don't have for this? I don't think so. Right? Or yeah, we do actually. We do. We need to add a query to add to the inventory, right? So we can write that query now. So we're going to do another query. Okay. So what are we going to need? We're going to need the store ID for the stores that we're adding to it, right? And then we're going to need a list of products to add, right? Which is going to be of product type. And so this products list is going to come from our form here, right? And that'll be captured in the middleware. So I'm going to get to that you know, in a second. So what we're going to do is we're going to say await db.query, and then we're going to do the insert into here. Let's just go back. Insert into inventory. And then we're going to need all that information, right? Oh, and then we're gonna need the store. Actually, you know what? I might just pass it the whole store, just for ease of use, instead of just the store ID. And then actually, I'm gonna need to do this for every single product, right? So actually, this I'm gonna need to do an await db.query for each, because I'm gonna need to insert each product, right? So I'm gonna actually have to do this as a loop. So I'm gonna say products.for each. And then we're just gonna say product. Oh, and then this needs to be an array. Sorry, my bad. Okay. How's it going, Tyler? Good evening. And then now, okay, so then now we're gonna do the await query in here. I don't know, this is probably kind of inefficient. And then, can I not do this in here? At the top levels of modules. Ooh, okay. So I can't do this like this. Oh, so this just needs to be async then. And then I need to await this. Perhaps. That's how that works. Let me see. Oh, it doesn't have any... Okay. I think it does, though, because I'm going to need to... This is an async function here. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. What is it, the time? Chatters and chatties. Okay, I don't know if the await... Maybe the await's not necessary here. I don't know. I haven't done an embedded async, because what I need to do is I need to go through each of the products, right? So okay, so we're gonna do insert into inventory, and then we're gonna need the product ID. Actually, I might not even need this schema. I might just need all the values. I think I can just do. I think I just do values, right? I'll just include it just for verbosity. I don't know if that's a word. Just for clarity, I guess. Oh, and then we're gonna need. We're also gonna need. I didn't think of this. We're also gonna need the amounts for each product, right? So I might even make a new, this is going to be another type. So I'm going to say product inventory type or something like this. And then so the product type. I don't know if I can do this. Can I do this? Oh, actually, no. It's not like this. I forgot. It's product type and then and something, right? And then and amount as a number, right? I think this actually works, right? TS extending types. I think this is how this works. Yeah, so it's just this. Okay. The time where I'm at, Brian, is 6:39 p.m. I know you're asking TDG, but that's the time where I'm at specifically. Okay, so now we have this. So this actually needs to be inventory type, which we need to import. Okay, because we need this amount data. $11:39. So yeah, I got you. It's pretty late at night. Okay, so let's do this now. So we're gonna say products.id, products, or no, store.id. I'm actually gonna do this on another line. What's my GitHub? I got you. Product.amount, and then product.name and store.name. Okay, so that should work then, right? Hopefully. I don't know. So there's our add store inventory function, right? This query's file's getting a little large. We could probably separate it out, but it's okay. All right, let's take a 5-minute break. Yeah, I should also mention everything I make here that I commit to my GitHub, and it is public and open source. So you can, look at the code that I write, play with it, clone it, whatever you want to do with it. I don't care. I just don't allow, obviously, like contributions to it for like the stuff that I'm learning. So you can't like contribute to my repos or anything, but it's all there for you to play with. Follow me. I'll follow you after stream, Brian. Okay. That's fine. And then obviously from this, we then need to go to, what do we need to write next? I think we need to write the actual middleware, right? So the middleware would be in here. Actually, no, it would be in the stores controller. Or should I have an inventory controller? Nah, I should probably just put it in the stores. So I'm going to say const stores inventory add. And then obviously we're going to get that data from this view, right? So that's the next step in this puzzle here. Okay. Sub, I appreciate that, Brian. Each and every sub is greatly appreciated, and I don't know. I really I'm glad that you like watching and want to see more. But yeah. I'm assuming you're new here, Brian, so kind of like what I do on stream is I build stuff live. I also learn live, so some of my streams are purely study based. Depends on what I'm doing. And I'm following the Odin Project, which is a free and open source web dev curriculum, and I'm actually almost finished it. I don't know if you've heard of this, but I've finished all of these courses live on stream, and I'm almost done. Well, I'll be done the Node.js course probably within the next month, I want to say. Hopefully. We'll see. It might take us a little longer than that, but because there's a lot of projects, but yeah. That's the plan. And then after that, I'm going to be building, learning some more full stack technologies, maybe some frameworks. I kind of want to get into TanStack a little bit, see what that's all about. Build some full stack projects and go from there. And kind of just keep expanding my skill set. You're a Kotlin dev? Nice. I actually do, speaking of Kotlin is specific to like iOS dev, right? Or am I wrong on that? It's kind of like a Java-ish. It's not Java, but it's based on Java, like syntax wise. Like it's kind of like Java but faster or something. I don't know. But I think it's iOS, right? But that's cool. I want to eventually get into that as well. iOS, Android, got you. That's decent. Yeah, no, right now I'm just using Node Express, so, just the basics, but I want to expand that. Built on top of JVM. Oh, it is, okay. I thought, okay, that makes sense. Cool. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot to learn. I also eventually am probably going to learn Go on stream as well. So that's probably later. I don't know. Almost at 100 days though, and I'm, you know, kind of surprised that I made it this far, but also if it wasn't for the community that I've built up, I wouldn't be here. So, you know, I appreciate all of you guys. You're new here. If you have any Go is killer, I love Go. Yeah, I want to learn it. Brian, I'm just learning Node right now just to kind of learn the concepts. And then once I learn the concepts, I can kind of easily transfer between languages, right? Or at least more easily. But I'm just using Node because that's what the Odin project's based on. If you're new here and you have any questions, Moda, I don't know how else to say your name. You can read my FAQ here. And ask questions in chat if you have any questions. All right, let's continue. So what we need to do next is add the middleware, right? Okay. And then we're going to do try catch. Again, I could be more elaborate with how I'm doing this with my error handling, but I'll probably refactor the error handling stuff maybe at the end. I don't know. I'll see. Okay. So what do we need to do? We need to get the data from here, right? Actually, it's inventory add posts, I think, is what I want to do. Because I add the method at the end of each of these middleware functions. So I want to put post at the end of it. And then we're going to need to get the data out of the rec.body, right? So the rec.body is going to contain basically, I'm trying to think about then how to do this, because it's going to contain a list of IDs that have the val ID and then add in it. Okay, so this is what I'll do. So I might need to do some sort of algorithm to loop through all of the products. This is kind of slow. But I essentially need to build up, because we made that other type, right? We made this inventory type, which is just an extension or a, superset of the product type with an amount, right? So I essentially have to loop through all of the products, okay? Which I probably should cache or something, but it's okay. And then once I get all the products, I need to loop through all of them, see if there is an entry inside of, like if rec.params.valid -add. Like I need to basically see, I need to check for the existence of this, right? And then if it exists, then I add it to a growing list. Did I start earlier than expected? Yeah, I did, Jay. I was early and I wanted to get started early so I could be done earlier, so that I could have more of the end of my evening off. I mentioned a quick thing in chat. I said going live in 15. I'm early, but yeah, sometimes I'll do that. I know I say like I start at 7. I put 7 just because like I've been late lately, generally. But today I was early, so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna stream. It's not a big deal. So all right, this is what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna say I have to first get all the products, right? So we're gonna say const all products is equal to await db.query select all from products. Oh wait, no, actually, there's already a query for this. I'm dumb. We need to call our queries, right? That's why they're there. Get all products. Let's just get all products. Okay. Okay. And then once we have all the products, we need to go through all of them, right? And then this needs to be asynchronous as well, because we're going to be doing queries in here, I think. Or are we not? No, actually, we're not doing a query in here, are we? We're just building up a list. We actually don't need that. And then I need another constant. Products to add or something. I don't know. Caught me by surprise, no worries. Cool. All right, what is the theme I'm using? I got you. You can usually just like try the command. There's also a bunch of commands in chat, or not in chat, in the description that you can look at. Products to add. I don't know what I should call this. Like I guess I'll just say this: products inventory type as a list, right? And then we need to go through this, and then we essentially need to check if that exists. So what we need to do is we need to say if rec dot body dot, I don't know if this is even possible. Actually, I need to say I don't know what to call this suffix. Actually, it doesn't really matter. I'll just do it in code. I'll say if rec.body and then product.id or something like this, right? I don't know how to actually do this. Oh, or no, it would just be .product.id. I'm silly. It would just be this, right? But then I want to include this like as oh no, you know what it would be? Let's just say const id is equal to product.id and then rec.body.id dash add. See, the thing is I need to have the dash add in there, right? So I mean I could I might just remove this actually, just for ease of use. I might just call it that or something. Oh, and then this input needs the ID as well. I forgot about that. And then these need commas. I don't know. If rec.body.id, then the product exists, right? Then it's been, we're adding it, presumably. So we need to say products to add dot push, and then we need to say product.id, or ID is product.id. Or we'll say ID product.name. Wait, why doesn't this work? Oh, because it needs to be. And then what else do I have? Category ID is product.category ID. And then amount. Let's just say Z. Oh wait, what's the problem with this? Oh, in the description. That's what it was. Okay. And then we need to get this amount, right? I think I can just do this. Constant amount is product dot, or no, rec.body dot yeah. So I need to have that as a something like this, right? I genuinely don't know if this works or not. It says value is never read. I'm not 100% sure why. So I don't think I could do something like, I could just embed this right in, right? Like I couldn't do something like this, right? Yeah. So I don't know if this actually works or not, genuinely. But I guess we'll find out. And then, okay, so then we build up all the products, right? And then we just do that query. And then the query is add store inventory. And then we need to push the store. How do we get the store out of this? Oh, I guess the store is in the rec.params. So what I have to actually do is I need to get the store as well. It's get store by ID, and then it's, oh, but get store by ID is this is in queries, right? Yeah, okay, and then I need to give it the oh, where to put this? Just to avoid, you know. And then I need to check that the ID actually exists, right? So I actually need to do that. So I need to do if not ID, then return, or no, throw, what do I do? I need to handle the error somehow, right? How was I doing that up here? Ah, yeah, res.status. That's right. That's what it was. Okay. Yep. That's what I was doing. But I need to have some sort of consolidated error system. Okay. And then, okay, I'll just do that. Fetch store from params, and then we'll say get products to add from rec.body. And then essentially what we need to do now is add store inventory for the store and the products to add. Right? Does that work? I don't know. I don't know if this will work or not, but we'll find out. I have a sneaky feeling that this isn't good. I'm not 100% sure though. That was kind of a complicated middleware. A little bit. But I mean, it should be fine. Now, I don't know if I'm allowed to do something like this, right? No, I don't think so. Let's see. Custom object accessor value or something like this. I don't know. Ah, yes, it was this. It was this. I remember now. It was this syntax. And then I can just put a mount ID in here. Like that, right? Oops. Problem here. Identifier. Oh, because we don't need this. Right. Okay. And I don't need this either. Although I probably should have that. Ah, no, it doesn't matter. Because I can just do product.id. This will make it easier to, I think, understand. I forgot about this syntax. That's why Stack Overflow is goated. And yeah, I could do this key of so I even might do this. I'll say no, stop it. Does this work? Ugh, probably not. I don't know. Maybe I'm complicating it. Maybe I'll just leave it like this. I'll just leave it like this. Okay. Now I'm expecting this to not work. I just need to add these. I just need to export this. Stores add post, and then I need to put this in the middlewares, right? So we'll add our getter, which was ID slash, what was it? Add inventory. Stores. Oh, and then I need another middlewares for this. Oh shit! What the hell? I need a renderer. I think this needs to be async. Ah, yeah, it does actually. Or does it? Yeah, it does. Because I need to fetch all the products, right? Yes. And the store. And I'm noticing that we're gonna be doing this kind of store pattern constantly. So I might abstract this into a utility function. Because I use this pattern in 3 different places. Right? So I can actually probably do that inside of a utils. Let's do like a stores utils.ts, and then we'll say const fetch store based on rec.params, which is rec.params. Okay, so it's this type here. Params dictionary. Which actually, okay, so const ID is rec.params. So I'm just gonna say params. Fetch store from params, and then I'll say parameter params dictionary. Then I need to import this type probably. Oh, does it not exist? What? Oh, I might need this from somewhere. I might need to install some more types. Where is this type? Oh, I can't even get this from anything? I thought this would just be able to... get the type in here, right? I just don't know how TypeScript is just okay with putting this here when it's not an imported type. I don't like this solution. Seems really hacky to me. Just to add this. Property does not exist on type of params dictionary. I mean, I could just, I'm overcomplicating this. I could just do this. I could just do this. Instead of passing in the params, I'll just pass in the ID. Which then, though, this just kind of, yeah, it's probably not really necessary. Because we kind of already have a thing with error handling here. Whatever. Okay. Because it might be something bad, right? Because if the ID doesn't exist, then what else would it be? Ah, it would be this. Okay, so it's a string, or an array of strings, or undefined. So, okay. It's not like the best. I don't like this. I don't love this. And then we'll just kind of lift and shift this code, right? The other thing, this needs to be asynchronous. Oh, and then I need to just return this. But then we have res.status in here. Shit. Fuck. Okay, so how am I going to do this here? So then this can either, let's see. Because we're still going to have to handle this. So this might actually just be maladaptive. Because then if I then return, let's say the store doesn't exist, then I have to return a bad status anyway and handle the error. So maybe it just doesn't make sense to abstract this yet. I just don't know how to consolidate this into like a nice middleware. You know what? Maybe. Because this is where we're starting to get into middleware chaining, right? So I could have a middleware that just gets the store, right? And then I chain it to something else. So I might actually do that. I might do this and chain it. So I actually might do that. Instead of this utils bullshit, I'm just going to delete this. That's actually probably a better idea. So I'm going to make a middleware that then goes to the next thing. So I don't know if I can, so for the dot get, I don't know how I can chain stuff. Yeah, so there's a bunch of handlers. You can have a bunch of request handlers, right? So I just put a, okay. Oh, do I have to put it in an array? Okay. Or not. I don't know. I'll see after the break. But I'm assuming I can put, can I not just like list? Yeah, I can just list them like this. That's what I thought. Okay. Just got home. What did I miss? Oh, I don't know. Just figuring out the best way to implement. I'm just trying to abstract the pattern that I'm seeing inside of my middleware. So I've got this pattern where I'm essentially getting the ID from the rec params, the request params, and then using that to get the actual full store object. And I've used this pattern, like I'm going to use it 3 different times. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to abstract it into, I was going to put it into a utility function. I'm like, wait, no, it needs to go into a middleware function. So I'm going to put it into a middleware function and then chain it using the router here. So that's what I'm going to do. I don't know. That's essentially what I've been working on for the last, like, I don't know, 15 minutes maybe. I don't know. Cool, should be fun. Yes, I hope so. We'll see. You tried running a build yet to see if there are any errors so far? Yeah, I probably should, shouldn't I? Okay, you know what? I promise I'll do that after after I finish this section. Because right now there will be errors, but once I finish this route with adding items to the store inventory, that's what I'm ultimately trying to do, is add products to inventory, right? So I have this view and everything. So once I finish that functionality, then I'll try to build it, I think. Because you're right, it's true. So I'll have to do some debugging, probably. So yeah, I ask, it's getting complex. Yeah, it is getting complex. It honestly, like, it's so weird because when you think about this project abstractly, like without thinking about its actual implementation, it doesn't seem that bad. And maybe it's my fault. I don't know if it's my fault or if it's just the nature of how coding works, but like, I feel like, is it me doing that, like overcomplicating it? Like, should this be easier than it is? I don't know. Because I'm not saying it's undoably difficult, but it's also not straightforward either. Maybe that's just the way it is. I don't know. You know, I'm not like an elegant, I'm not like a senior dev or anything. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway. That will come the more you do it. Yeah, fair. Yeah. All right. Let's get back to it. All right. So now I'm going to put this into its own middleware. Yeah. Okay. So let's do that. So I'm going to need to then, how do I, okay, but here's the real question. You know what? So I have that in its own middleware, but then how do I actually pass data between middleware functions? Is it in the rec body? Like what? How do I pass data from one to another? That's the other thing I didn't think about. Pass data between request handlers. I don't know how to do this. I don't know why Brave does this verify or not a bot thing all the time. Kind of annoying. Okay, this is like Python though. Is this possible? I don't even know. This is Java, first of all. Let's just look up Express. Yeah, let's see. Using these properties set variables, res.locals. Ah, okay. That's what I do. And then retrieve the variable in the next middleware if res.locals.authenticated. Oh, is attaching values to the request object. Oh, okay. I mean, I could do it this way too. This might be fine. I don't know. Tell me if that's bad. I don't know. Let's do stores. I don't know what I call this. Okay, let's try like I think utility functions might be the better way. I'm still not fully following those. Please keep going. It's but the problem with that, Jay, the only reason I'm saying that is because if I did do a utility function, I would still, in each of these middlewares, I'd still have to process the ID. I'd still have to handle the error, and then I'd still have to yeah, you know what? I don't care about duplicated code right now. I'm just gonna fucking leave it. We can do this after. Like I wanted to abstract this pattern, but there's not really an easy way to do it. I don't think. I'll leave it for now. Because the thing is I could abstract this get store by ID fetch to another utility, but then the problem is I would still have to then check the return value of that utility function and then return an error accordingly, right? So I have to, I don't know. I'll leave it like this. Okay. So that's our post, and then for our get, we still need to get the store. So I'll just copy this pattern as well. And then all the products, right? So const all products is equal to await get all products, right? And then we do res.render stores add inventory. And then the title is add to inventory. Actually, I could do like, you could take it in their request object as a parameter on the utility function. Yeah, I could do that. I could do that, but then the problem is I'm still, either way, even if I did do that, the only problem is I'm still like, so this is 3 lines of code, right? I guess it's more so for readability. Yeah, so I guess it doesn't matter because then it's like, okay, maybe I do the utility then. Let's just write this and get it to work, and then I'll refactor. Okay. I just want this to work first. So I can say add to store.name inventory. Something like this, and then we'll do store is store, and then products. Actually, we'll just say products, honestly. Okay. That should be fine. So that's our getter. So stores, inventory, add, get. Okay. And then now that should, and then we'll attach it to the router. And then stores router.post for the same thing. Oh, and then I need to redirect at the end of the post, don't I? So when we're done this post here, we'll res.redirect to the store page, right? So I'll do /store/ Okay, that should be it. So this is the moment of truth where it's not going to work, but I think we're ready to test this now. I do believe. So if the get and the post function separate. Okay. So not with that attitude. Well, we'll see. Okay, so let's add product to inventory. Okay, so this is promising. So basically, you're going to be able to check which objects you want to add to the inventory, right? So if we can add like one. Let's add 2 avocados and like maybe a MacBook or something, right? I think the defaults for these should be 1 as well. Okay, so can I get store? Shit. So we click this, it should paste. It should go to posts. What is the problem? Site can't be reached. Uh-oh. So I'm thinking there's no error. Connection refused, details. I'm thinking there was an error somewhere. Stores. There's no 404. I don't think you're on the correct terminal. Maybe not. Do I need to check the terminal here? There's no error in here. Okay, let's just go back to all the stores. the fuck happened? Oh. Yeah, you're right. I'm dumb. You're right. Yep. I'm just tired. Okay. That's fine. Okay, so stores all. Okay, so now it straight up did die. Okay. Hold on. Sorry, I didn't know what terminal you were talking about. Not dumb? I don't know. Debatable. Duplicate key value violates unique constraint inventory P key. Oh, I see. Okay, so it was getting to the point where it was adding. It was adding another thing. Okay, so it is kind of working. Key product ID store ID already exists. Okay, so let's check this then. So we have our avocado and our MacBook Pro. So they were added to the inventory, but then the amount doesn't look like it filled in, right? Yes, the amount is empty. So that's not good. So the amount is empty, but it did put stuff into the But then I wonder what all products is. Or products to add, I mean. I kind of want to see what that is. Is there a way of viewing that? I don't know. I maybe need a breakpoint or something. I can just do this. Shit. So I kind of want to see that. I kind of want to see what's in here because there's probably duplicate values or something, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete from inventory. Okay. So now there's nothing in there, so we can retry this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 2 avocados and then see. The amount variable confuses me. Why? It's just like the amount of the item that you're adding, right? Oh, okay, wait, well. Alright, so then this kind of broke, right? And then this should have broken. Oh, it didn't break. Okay, so the amount's undefined. So it can't get this, right? Should be product ID amount instead. Well, okay. Oh, you mean here, Jay? That's what you mean. This variable. Sorry, my bad. Okay. Okay, so now it died. Okay. Oh, and there was already that's why this error happened because okay, it wasn't because there was a duplicate. It was because I was trying to submit the same request again. That's why. That's the problem. Okay. I see the problem now. Okay, that actually makes sense. Oh wait. Oh, and then oh Jesus, there's multiple problems here. Okay, so this should be stores first of all, and then so the amount is okay. Should be product ID amount. Yeah, maybe. So can you not do that? Like so, okay. If this is so Jay, this is the label here. Val ID amount. And this is the ID, right? So maybe that is the way of doing it. I don't know. Because I'm getting it from the rec body, right? So the rec body is this is the ID. And then so I'm trying to just do a direct match to that, right? But I think this actually will work now. Yeah, it says amount undefined. Interesting. Okay, so the store's inventory get is probably not good. So the inventory is await get store inventory ID is store. Looking at the form makes sense, yeah. Okay, so we do have the avocado in there. The avocado is in there. Okay, but the amount is undefined. However, I don't know why I'm not. Where's the store for just displaying the inventory? Store is inventory get. Res.render inventory is inventory type await get store inventory. Okay, so where's that get store inventory query? And then we're returning the rows. Okay, so we return the rows there. And then we have a list. And then in the renderer, inventory.product name doesn't exist, I guess. Oh, because it's val. I'm an idiot. This is val.product name. Okay. So it should actually fix this. Okay, so avocado, amount, null. Okay, that's better. Okay, so we've isolated the problem. Okay, so that's why that wasn't rendering properly. Fix that problem. Now the issue is not that it's the amount, right? So the first thing I want to do actually here is I'm going to set min1, and then I can say value is 1 as well. Right, so now if I go to product inventory, now they're all defaulted to 1. And then I need to check. This is the tricky part. Is now I need to check whether or not. Because okay, so you see you can add inventory, right? And I need to gray this. I need to check whether or not an item is already in the inventory as well. And then if it is already in the inventory, I don't display it here. But then I need to have like, oh, this is confusing, man. Because then on this page you can essentially, you'll be able to eventually edit the amount, right? That query is going to be annoying, yeah. So let's first of all, okay, let's split this into some sub problems. Okay, so the first problem that we're gonna do is we're going to, holy shit, that's not what I wanted to do. No, just leave me alone. The first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna say get amount added to work, figure out which something like this, right? What's the issue there? Okay, so the issue is let me work backwards through this. So you have a store, right? This is my store, and my store has an inventory of products, right? And the idea is when I want to add more products to the inventory, the primary key for the inventory table is a combination between the product ID and the store ID, okay? Because why would you have multiple entries in your store of the same product when you could just increase or decrease the amount of that product, right? The idea is when I want to add to an inventory here, if I try to add another avocado to my inventory, it's going to give me an error because there's already that key, right? So that doesn't work. All right. So essentially, in this view, we need to check whether or not any of the products of all of the products we have, like of all the products in the system, are already in our inventory. And then if they are, we need to display them differently or something. Right? So that's step 2. But step 1, the immediate problem is even if we try to add like let's say we want to add a banana and we want to add like 4 bananas, the amount is not working. It's not translating the amount properly or returning it properly, right? So I need to debug that. And I think to do that, I'm going to have to print the rec body just to see what's in there, because I want to see what's in there. So it's a sort of product catalog. Yeah, it's just an example. What language is the pug file? It's basically HTML exile, but it's HTML. It's an HTML template language. So the language you could say is pug, even though pug's not really a language. It's just HTML templates, right? So like there are like language features to pug, but it's just a templating language. It's basically just used by the backend to then serve HTML to the client, right? So like these here, form, h3 label, like these are all HTML tags, right? And then it basically just lets you insert data into there, right? Like I have this products title and store that I pass in through the middleware, which is right here. So I pass that data in through this render function. Never heard of it? Sounds like HTML. Yeah, it's similar. It's another templating language. Pug is the past. Yeah. I'm just using it because I don't know. I'm just using it because it's kind of easy. It was easy to learn, I guess. It's probably like realistically like deprecate. Like I don't even know who's still using it. Okay, so it was updated 3 months ago. So I don't know. But anyway. Again, I'm not married to it. I'm just using it because I don't really want to. Again, it's easy, and I'm not trying to think about the front end so much, right? Okay, so we'll render that out. First things first. I'm gonna clear out the inventory. So then when we add a banana, what do we get here? So the amount's undefined. So this is the. So that's the ID, and then on. So we're not actually returning the amount. From here. Right? Because this is the rec body. Could you do it before the conditional? Yeah, I probably could. So I think what it is. Wait, what do you mean before what conditional? Is this is the checkbox. So I wonder then actually. No. You already did, yeah. No, so this is the checkbox, right? So CCFD is the banana ID, right? So if we go to or product, sorry. We should see CCFD3 is the banana. So this is the banana. We're seeing the banana here. So the banana checkbox was on, but then there's no amount being added to that, which is interesting, and I don't know why. label for amount, input type number, amount, min 1, value 1, ID equals val.id amount. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why that's not being returned from the form. You don't have a name property for the input? Oh. Yeah, that's right. That's why. Good catch. Now it should work. Okay, so let's retry this. Okay, so so that worked, but it didn't add all of them. And it should have. Right? It should have added all of them. But it didn't for some reason. But that worked. That fixed it. Kind of. But it should have added... Oh, shit. So it's not... Oh, wait, you know what? Actually, hold on. I think I know what the problem is. I know what the problem is. I think it's actually not the fact that it didn't add them. I think it's just the... I think I know why. Okay, so it didn't update the view. So it added them, but the view didn't update for some reason. Why is that? There's probably a race condition or something. So it did add them. It just didn't wait. So I have to probably await something here, right? Although I await here. Yeah, I don't know. There's probably a race condition happening somewhere. That's my guess. Let's try this again. So now that we know that's working, we can just like... Yeah, so, okay, so it's not adding all of them, and then when I refresh, then they show up. So I wonder if we're redirecting too soon or something. And then, okay, so then if I delete from the inventory again, and then I add, like, these two or something. Okay, so it only shows the first one until I refresh, right? So, I don't know. I don't know if I have to, like, wait for this process to finish. Caching issue. Okay, but then if it's a caching issue, then why does it work on a refresh? Like, okay, if I go and I add multiple things, right? We know the amount works, so it's fine. Then we add the products. Oh, well then it worked that time. What the fuck? What? Yeah, okay, so there, right? But then if I refresh this, then they show up. So I think it's a race condition, because if I refreshed and they weren't there, or and they still weren't there, then it might be a caching issue. But in this case, I don't think it's actually a I don't think it's a caching issue. I think it's a race condition, because I think the data is there. It's just not being. It's just redirect. This redirect is happening too early. Maybe. But I don't know. Maybe that's like impossible. I don't know. Maybe that's not. You'd think it would wait for this to add everything, right? Add store inventory is in our query. And I wonder then if it's because I'm not awaiting this entire thing. So this is a question I have. So I think it's erased. Yeah. So this is my thinking. And you can let me know. Do I have to? I think I have to. So see with this, right? There's multiple async awaits in here, right? So what I think I have to do here, and then this is async. I think I have to await this whole thing, but it says it's not necessary. Right? Because I'm async awaiting for all of this whole thing. But I think I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to like I could do the cheese method and just like put in like a time.sleep or something like that, you know, like just like a waiting, but hi. So I don't know how to fix that. I don't know. But that's the issue. I'd add a validator method to see if the values you entered are stored in DB. That can be async. Oh, I see. Okay. So then basically I add a validator at the end here. Okay. I see. That's a good solution actually. And then we can async that, right? But then okay. But then don't I have to loop through that as well? Like, so if I'm validating that the values are in the database, don't I need to loop through as well, like products for each? I don't know. I'm just thinking about this here. I think if I just do this again, we're going to be running into the same issue. Because I don't think this... Unless... No, that's probably not. Although I don't have to because... Okay, so the product inventory type. And then I need to like construct an array of the product.id and store.id. I might need to construct an array of IDs. Postgres transactions. Essential part of a transaction is that it bundles multiple steps into a single all or nothing operation. The intermediate states between the steps are not visible to other concurrent transactions. Postgres, a transaction is set up by surrounding the SQL commands of the transaction with beginning commit. So our banking transaction would actually look like this. If partway through the transaction we decide we do not want to commit Perhaps we just noticed that Alice balance was negative. We can then issue the command rollback instead of commit. You know what it is? I know what we can do. I have an idea. So what we can do is instead of this, we actually construct a query. Wait. But would these be separate queries? Like, is the begin a separate query? Okay. So what I could do is I could say await db.query like this. Something like this, right? Because we do all these queries, right? So we begin, do all the queries, and then commit. Oh. I'm just going to do these all lowercase just to be consistent. I don't know if this works. Wrap in begin commit to form a bundle to. That looks correct to me. I've never used it, but I know this can happen with Prisma. Okay. Wrap in and begin to commit to bundle all insertions together, or something like this, right? Well, we can give it a shot. Let's give it a go. So, do we still have items in here? Okay, we do. So let's delete the items. And then, so banana, let's just add all of them, okay? It almost worked, but not quite, because it is a race issue. Although, what the fuck? Hold on. Wait a second. One of them straight up didn't add. I don't know why that is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so one of them's not adding for some reason. Why? Let's see if it's in the inventory. Well, actually, we'll just say count. So it's not even being added because there are only 3. So that's funny. So when I want to add all, it doesn't actually add for some reason. The banana doesn't add. Now, is that an issue? Let's see if that's an issue when we're adding just the banana by itself. Okay, now the banana doesn't even add. What the fuck? Yeah, there's nothing in there. So the banana's not adding now. What? That's fishy. I'm not sure why the banana's not adding. Okay, well, I don't know why that is. The banana's being such a banana. Yeah, because it's just the banana. So you know what we'll do. But I don't know why that's happening though. Okay, so let's go back to basics here. Let's do some some more console or not all products, sorry, products to add. Or shit. So it's not making it to products to add actually. So we probably know that. So actually what we want to do here is look at the rec body. Right? So let's look at the rec body. CCFD 35. Yeah, so that's the banana. Okay. And then so, but it's probably not making it to the products to add table, right? Oh no, it is. Okay, so it's making it to that. It's making it to that products to add. But then what? Wait, but then let's see. If we try to just add an avocado. Oh, it doesn't work. Oh, okay. Okay. So it's not just the banana's fault. If we try to only add one item, it doesn't work. Or it does. That's fucking weird, dude. Restart the server? Yeah. I'll restart the server. Let's just reboot this. And I'll also clear out the inventory. Okay. So it didn't make it. Although it says count 0, 1 row. Ah, 0 rows. Oh, it's 1 row because of, I see, because that's just what's returned, okay. That's so weird. But there's only one. Okay, so there's only one. What's in there? Avocado, but not the apple. Why is the apple showing up in here if it's not in the database? Oh, and then it disappeared. Me too. Welcome to the club. The apple disappeared. Okay, why? Okay, you know what? It's definitely got to do with this begin shit. It's because none of this was happening before our. I think it's 100% this begin commit thing. So I have an idea. So what we can do is, let's just delete from inventory. I think this is the issue. So what I was thinking of doing, do those need to be awaited? I already awaited them. Oh, maybe they don't need to be awaited though. So they don't? Is that what are you suggesting they don't need to be awaited? Okay, let's try it. I'm open to trying it. Okay, restart, refresh. Okay, so that's still, okay, so that showed up nothing. Oh, but then they all appeared, okay. Okay, so that worked. Okay, so that was the issue, I think, the main problem. So that did work, right? But now it's still a race problem. Yo, I'm doing pretty well, Prathme. How are you? Doesn't fix the issue. It doesn't fix the race issue. If anything, it actually makes it worse. If anything, it makes the race issue worse, because now if I add everything in here, it just shows nothing, but then if I refresh, then all 4 appear, right? Good morning. It's evening here, but good morning to you, my friend. So the race issue is still present. So that doesn't fix anything, which is fine. So I have a question. What if I build up a query? Oh, humor me? But then what are we awaiting, dude? Doesn't this still need to be async? Okay. It still needs to be async though, doesn't it? Like, where is the await gonna go? You know what I mean? I don't think that's going to do anything. I don't think that's going to work, frankly, but we can try it. No. You aren't returning anything, so it doesn't need to be awaited. But I think it needs to, I mean, I don't know. I think it, okay, so I have another approach that I could do. Is, I wonder if I can construct a query based on all the products and then run it all together. So I can do something, okay, so just hear me out. Hear me out, hear me out. So let's try something like this. So we'll say, now I'm not sure if this is going to work or not, okay? Oh, but I can't insert a comma there. Can't stick around for long today. Got to head out right now. Best of luck, man. See you in the next one. Appreciate that, Prathme. I'll be live again Wednesday or Thursday morning, I guess. But we need to check then if we're adding a comma. We need to check whether it's the last value, right? But I don't know if that'll actually cause an error if there's a stray comma at the end. Wait, but why doesn't this work though? Can I assign? Oh, because let. Sorry. Okay. Okay. So let's do product ID. Wait, hold on. What was the schema again? Product ID, store ID. I genuinely actually don't know whether this is gonna work or not. I mean, presumably. I didn't know if my suggestions would work either. Oh, fair enough. We're figuring this out together. Okay, so we have this, right? So you see what I'm trying to do here, right? But I don't know if a stray comma on the end is going to cause a trouble, or if I need to check whether it's the last product in the list, right? And then we just run the query, I think, and then we just await db.query of add inventory query. Is it not? Something like this. This might actually be more elegant anyway. I don't know if this will work or not. I genuinely don't know. But we can give it a go. This is my other thinking, is we just kind of construct the query and then run it all at once, right? Because then we're adding all the values in one query. Okay. So I mean, it's worth a shot, I think. Okay, so we still have everything in there. We need to delete it. So let's go and try this again. Trailing junk after numeric literal at or near 29 BC. So, oh, this is the trailing junk, isn't it? Maybe. At users bin PG pool. I bet this is the trailing junk. Or don't add the comma. Yeah, okay, alright, sure. We can do that. I think that's the problem. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, so we'll say and we'll say if something like this, right? That might work. Let's try that out. Did anything add to the inventory? No. Cool. Trailing junk still. 29 BC. What is 29 BC anyway? Let's try and find where that is. 29 BC. Okay, so it's right here. So let's actually print what the query is. Oh, but the product ID might need to be, you know what it might need to be? I didn't think of this. It might need to be wrapped in quotation marks if they're all strings, right? That might need to be what it is. These might need to be in strings. That's probably the part of the problem. And then the name of the store name probably also need to be in strings. And then let's go back to PSQL. So it's an integer. Oh, but these are UUIDs. Oh, so maybe they don't actually. Oh, I don't know. Maybe they don't, because if they're UUIDs, maybe they don't. I don't know. I don't know if UUIDs are strings. Yeah, but is it like, do I have to wrap it in quotes? I might need to. I think.
Can I boil rice or will that make too much noise?
With what? Sorry?
Can I boil rice or will that make too much noise?
No, it'll be fine. Yeah, so maybe we do need to put this. Maybe like in the back end it is just a sequence of characters. So maybe I do need to do this. Because the amount's an integer, so I don't have to. So let's try this. Let's try this now. Column CFD. Okay, let's just reboot the server. Delete from inventory. Reboot the server. I might get the same error, but I don't care. CFD3 does not exist. Oh, maybe it needs to be single quotes. I don't know why. I just have a theory. But we'll find out. I don't know if that's important, but I remember that being a thing before. Syntax error at or near S. Where's S though? I don't know what S it's talking about. You know what, let's print the query. I forgot to print the query. Oh, this. That's where it is. I guarantee it's because I have it as with apostrophe S. So I'm wondering then if this is text, then if I can, it's not escaped. Yeah, but it's just part of the name, right? So I wonder then if I can do it. Oh, this is driving me up the wall. Okay, so let's try this again. Column name banana does not exist. Okay, so you know what we'll do? I have a workaround for this. In data validation, when we go to we'll not allow apostrophes in store names. Because I guarantee you if I do this for Costco, it's going to work. Right? Maybe? Open a prayer? Wait, actually, you know what? No, because we need to change this back to single quotes. Yeah, that was it. It's because the store name has an apostrophe in it. So that actually did work just fine. And let's just, for my own sanity, let's just try that again. So that's what we're going to need to do. Because I don't know how, I mean, I could dynamically, like, look for if there's an apostrophe in the name and then, like, insert a backslash or something to escape it. But, I don't know. Also, I apologize if you guys hear any noise in the background. No, my girlfriend's just trying to cook dinner, so. Alright. Yeah, so that's what we'll do. We'll add a rule to not have that be a thing. Okay, so you know what we'll do then is we will delete from store where ID or where name equals the fuck? Oh, because I forgot to have a all in BenStack store where name store. What the fuck? What do you mean? Oh, because does it need to be escaped here? This is driving me crazy. Easier to build your own DB, my dude? I disagree. I think it's easier to use something like Postgres. I don't know what you mean exactly by build your own DB. Store.name.replace. Oh, yeah, I could do that, I guess. We can try that. Okay. Nah, I mean, it still gave me an error. Maybe I need to refresh the server or something, I don't know. You did that on product? Oh, I did. Yup, you're right. Sorry. That's my bad. Let's go back to this. Dude, I'm like, my brain is dead. I've done 6 streams in a row. And I'm just like not functional right now. Oh, the thing's dead. That's why. Okay. Okay, so still an error. Yeah, so it didn't seem to do anything. I'm just gonna forget it. I'm not gonna worry about it. Not worth fighting this for. Or not worth, this is not worth fighting for. I just need to delete. I don't know why the fuck this isn't letting me delete this. Column BenStack store does not. Oh, because this S is fucking capitalized as well. What? What's the problem here? Dude, this is killing me. ID name is text. Fine. I'll just delete all of them then. Okay, I'll just do that. Whatever. Just add Costco and Walmart. So I have to add some data validation for that. Ugh, I don't want to do that. Okay. So now this works. But now for this, we need to gray out, or we need to not include values that have already been added. So that's the next piece of logic I'm going to write in the last 25 minutes here. So that's fine. Okay. So that would be before I even pass it here, right? So what I'll have to actually do is I'll need to I need to do that in the middleware, right? So if I'm doing a get for the stores inventory add get, I need to, before I do the products, I don't get all the products. I need to get all the products that are not inside of the inventory of the store, right? So I have to modify this middleware, right? So we have all products. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say const products, or I'm going to say const products as, what type is this in? I guess it just has any type. And then we'll say, oh, we need to get all the inventory things too. Shit. Then we need another query. We need a get store inventory. Actually, I already have that. I already have that query. I already have a get store inventory. Right? So we can just do that. Await get store inventory. We already have that query. Store.id. I think it gets an ID, right? Yeah, it does. Okay. And then basically I just need to subtract this from this. Is there an easy way to subtract arrays from each other? I don't know. Let's see. Oh, I could just do that, I guess. So I can just do this. I can say all, or so I'll say products. And then I'm assuming this less than 0 is meaning that it doesn't exist in the index of, right? Yeah, -1 if it's not present. Yeah. So I could even just do -1 for clarity. Unless, nah. Less than 0 is fewer characters. Okay. So this should be fine. So now, let's try this again. So if we delete all, actually not delete from store, shit. Delete from inventory. Yeah. Delete from inventory. And then, okay, add product to inventory. And then so if we add banana and avocado. Okay, then that didn't fix it. This should just only have Apple and MacBook Pro, right? But it doesn't. Maybe I can't, like... I don't know. No. Yo, how's it going, Andre? Or Andres? Welcome. What is the problem with this? Because we're not filtering anything, it seems. Because if I get the inventory... We see the banana and the avocado, right? Which is what we want. But then this isn't... Okay, so it isn't... This filter function is not working. So it's not that. So the filter function just isn't working. Store inventory products. What am I doing? I will tell you. I'm basically building an inventory management app to practice Node Express and Postgres. That's basically what I'm doing. This seems like logically like it would work, right? So we have the product inside of all products. Then get store inventory gives us the store inventory products. Oh, but wait a second. Hold on. Because this doesn't return, this returns inventory items, right? It doesn't return products. That's the problem. It's because this is different from... Okay, so this is what I have to do. I need to, like, check the parameters, right? Because this is just an array of objects too. So we have select inventory products that index of product is less than 0. So they're all being included, I guess, is what this is saying. Because the inventory has because if I flip this sign, then this should just show nothing, right? Yeah, okay, it does. That's what I wanted. Okay. Well, what I expected to happen. Okay, but now what though? Because this is a different object, but the problem is this fucking pug bullshit. Or I mean, it's not even pug actually. It's the middleware here, or not the middleware, the queries. The queries are not type safe. Cool, I'm building my own Excel at the moment because I'm cheap and don't want to pay for it. Damn. That's pretty ambitious. You also have recursion. You mean this specific thing here? Yo, I'm back. Welcome back, Virality. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just not seeing the solution. I don't know. I'm just not like I could probably just like brute force something. But I'm just not seeing it. Oh, instead of filtering. Oh, okay, I see. But like, what do you mean by recursion then? Like calling a different function. Like, I don't know. Let's just see. Let's just see what. Yeah, nested for loop. Yeah. Okay. Well, I was thinking of, yeah, I could probably, cause like, basically what I want to do is, let's do it this way. Yeah, I see. This is really bad. I'm just gonna say non-ideal solution. I don't know. And then we just say, funny Google recursion Easter egg. You Google it and click on the "Did you mean recursion" button. Oh, that's funny. Interesting. So let me say if product dot ID is equal to store products. Oh wait, but this isn't gonna work though, is it? Yeah, that's pretty funny. Then we want to break out of this loop, right? Or some shit. I don't know. I hate this. I don't. There's got to be an easier way than this because I don't like this at all. Not even a little bit. For God's sake. I could probably do this with sets easily. And our main issue here is because we're dealing with objects, right? We're not dealing with individual values. We're dealing with objects with that may have a matching value. So what I could do, this might actually be a better way of handling this. So the idea here is to maybe build a array of IDs or something, right? Like, how can I take the inventory products and then get just the IDs out of this? Because an inventory value has or an inventory whatever, like object has all these, right? So there must be a way of just extracting one key, right? Flat map. Flat map. And then flattening the result by one level. Wait, but what is that? Why would it be flat map and not just map? It's map. Yeah, it would just be map. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's just map. I don't know why. Just brain is not working today. So there's just be products. Shit. Hold on. Product.id. Or no, what am I doing? It would just be product.id. Yeah, no, that's fine. Or product.id, actually, is what it would be. I should say inventory. Actually. How's it going, truth? So now what I can do is I can say const products equals all products dot filter products, and then products dot ID. Store inventory product IDs dot index of products dot ID is less than 0. Oh, okay. I think that works. Maybe. I don't like that, but it probably works. Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. Okay. It worked. Nice. Because, okay, so see, now here we have banana and avocado, and then if we go to product inventory, it only shows us so then if we add MacBook, and then we only get Apple. Nice. Do you just learn from exploring without any tutorials and stuff? Yeah, pretty much, truth. Chat also helps me out a little bit, and I also use documentation. And Stack Exchange and Google and stuff like this, but no, I don't use tutorial. I mean, I have the Odin Project, which is kind of like a tutorial, but it's more so a course that I follow, right? So yeah, cool. All right, so that works now. All right, so in 7 minutes, can I have the ability to, okay, I don't know if I feel like doing that. Because I now need to have the ability to update the, update the amount, right? I actually just had an idea for how I can refactor this, and this is going to be dumb. Okay, all right. I'm gonna walk through something, and you're gonna tell me whether this is you being either Jay or whoever else is in chat. You can tell me if this is a bad idea. So I'm just thinking because I'm doing this like kind of on the fly, right? So that's really cool. Way I was gonna start streaming on YouTube, but I told me to wait 24 hours before I can. Yeah, if you just created your channel, Truth, you have to wait. So basically, what I'm thinking is instead of not showing any ad inventory, you are exactly what I want to do. I appreciate that, Truth. Well, you can follow you have my full permission to follow my formula if you want. You're inspiring me, that I can. Thanks, man. No problem. Yeah, if you want to like follow my stream format, like I don't care. It's not, I'm not, it doesn't matter to me. If we're all, we can all learn together. But what I was thinking, let me get back to my point. What I was thinking is instead of not displaying items in the inventory, I could just pre-check them. And then instead of an add inventory, you can just have an update inventory. And then basically you can do all the edits that you want to do there and then back to store page and then it'll make all those edits, right? Instead of doing this add and then delete shit. So then instead of add product inventory, it would just be update inventory. Right, but that would require a bit of a refactor, and I don't really think that I'm in the mood to start that today because there's only 5 minutes left in this session. But I could at the very least document what that would involve, right? Yeah, it would be update inventory exactly. So what I might actually do is I might say refactor add inventory to update inventory. So then basically values, or I should say products. I should do this. Products that are already in the inventory, in a store's inventory. Actually, the data validation part we can probably, that are already in a store's inventory are checked by default. If a product is in the inventory and the user updates it to be unchecked, i.e. removing it from the inventory, that product is removed from the inventory of that store. Something like this, right? Update inventory creates a better space for extra features to add, won't clutter the main page. Yeah, I agree with you, Truth. 100%. And again, these are things that I'm kind of discovering as I'm doing them, right? Like, I'm kind of going into this project with like a rough idea. Like, I had this rough plan for what I wanted to do, but I think, again, amending your strategy, as you go is pretty good. At least when it comes to these tutorial projects, right? Okay. So this is what I'm going to do next stream, primarily. So basically, this is going to involve a lot more complicated of a system. So what I'm probably going to want to do in this case is I'm going to want to probably, is there anything I added? Because I added this add inventory page. Yeah, so I probably want to commit some of this stuff, right? So I probably want to commit this. I'm going to say add route to add inventory items to store. Incomplete, but functional. Includes necessary middleware routes and views. Okay. Something like this, because I want to commit this, right? And then I'm gonna basically make a I'm gonna branch off of this, right? I'm gonna do a branch off of this main off of our main branch and then remerge, I think. However, the problem is the branch is gonna have deletions, which will cause a merge conflict. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. Yeah, that's rough. Rough is drawing. Rough is drawing on a sheet. What do you mean by that? Like, you mean like the notes that I'm taking? I don't know. Again, I'm still learning about like the best way of doing these things. Okay. So, drop my IG. I don't share my IG. Truth. The only socials here, you can see all the socials that I use are here for this channel. Yeah, okay, so let's see. I would need to then, yeah, because then if I try to branch off of this and then remerge to main, it's going to cause a conflict. So I have to think about that. I don't know. I might have to go back. A commit or something. I can go back a commit and then remerge from there. Branch off from a prior commit or something like that. So yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I'll probably go back a commit, branch off of that commit, and then start kind of redo this process. So it's like, okay, that was the commit we were at before I even started this stream, but is it lost progress? I don't think so, because we gained through trying to do what we did this way through the add inventory. We learned that maybe this wasn't the best approach, right? So I think it wasn't for nothing, right? But it's fine. We can go back in to a prior commit and then iterate on that. Duplicate the project before you revert. Well, I'm not necessarily going to revert. I'm just going to move the head. I'm not going to hard reset or revert or anything like that. I'm just going to move the head and then branch and then. Oh yeah, but then merging back to main would be difficult, right? Oh yeah, so I would have to actually revert. Oh no, you're right. Because if I wanted to merge back to main, I don't think I could, because the higher up, like this commit, I probably shouldn't have even committed this. This commit then would cause trouble with if I tried to go back, if I tried to like back up and then branch off and then re-merge to main. This would cause a conflict. Create a copy, yeah, that's what I'll do. Truth, and Jay, yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll create a copy and get that set up before next stream, so that I can have that ready to go. All right, so I think that's gonna do it for today's stream. No stream tomorrow. I'll be back Wednesday. I don't know. I felt very I felt like this was kind of a very haphazard stream, but it is what it is. It just happens sometimes. What is my regular time to stream? Usually it's the evening, Truth. So, the evening my time anyway. So, between 6:30, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. But you can also join the Discord. Yeah, Jay posted a link there. I was just getting to that. You can join the Discord to get stream updates and notifications, as well as I release a weekly schedule, so you can see when I'm going to stream. Yeah, exactly. So that's cool. This is the other thing I was going to say. I apologize again if there's any like background noise. Now I'm in a place where I don't have my own room to stream, so like the kitchen's just like over there. So my girlfriend might be doing stuff in the kitchen,
Sorry,
whatever.
Liz.
No, it's okay. It's just I kind of want to tell chat only because it's kind of hard to control those things. So if there's if you hear any noises or whatever, beeping, stuff like this, it's just I try my best to coordinate my schedule around her work schedule. But it doesn't always work out. But anyway, that being said, I'm gonna end the stream today. If you wanna follow my journey, I really appreciate it. Subscribe, that'd be great. Join the Discord for stream updates, and I will catch you all on Wednesday evening or Thursday morning, depending on where you live. Have a good night.